Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. Special report right now. The Free Press just put out an article how Qatar bought America. And they come to the conclusion, which I vehemently disagree with, that Qatar is spending money to influence things that are happening in America. Now, if that were true, there would be signs. And I think it's irresponsible for the Free Press to come out and just baselessly claim that Qatari money is flowing, out of the spigot, and we're all drenching ourselves here in it. That's completely untrue. I have not been bought. Does this look like a man who's been bought by Qatar? Do I seem like someone who's been bought by the Middle East? I don't think so. We must really think about, before we start leveling accusations about, so-and-so is getting a jet, or now you have a tiger. You have to really think about the hurt you cause when you baselessly attack people and claim that they were purchased by a foreign country. It's not the truth. It's just simply not true. Yes, Trump is going to accept the jet. Number one, what kind of piece of shit do you have to be to not accept a gift? Truly, to be very honest. How do you even go about not accepting a gift when it is a plane? Can we get up something about the plane? Because I think they call it like a mansion in the sky. Yeah, a $400 million plane. Now, the Daily Beast is attacking it for being tacky. Okay? The people that read the Daily Beast are elderly hipsters with glaucoma who wear dirty shoes and hang around Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and have the aesthetic of somebody who lives under a bridge. These people are attacking a jet from Qatar that's, everything I've seen about it is that it's fucking beautiful. And these people, look at that. Look at that jet. That's tacky? Are you out of your fucking mind? It's a beautiful palace in the sky. It's actually understated. To be honest, it's kind of understated. I was expecting it to be a little more over the top. But this is an incredibly beautiful aircraft that is being given to the President of the United States as a gift, which he will use, and then eventually it'll go in his presidential library. That's the plan. Trump loves luxury. One of the things you have to understand about Donald Trump is he likes luxury. He understands luxury. He understands what an aspirational figure is. He happens to be one for a lot of people. He understands the value in having a luxurious, beautiful way to travel, to live well. This is the entire thing, is to live well, to work hard, and to reap the benefits of working hard, to accept a gift from. Now, is everyone in Qatar perfect? I imagine not. I imagine everyone in Qatar is not perfect. Yes. Are there people in Qatar who have, participated in funding of terrorism, organizational support for terrorism? Yes. Does that mean the plane's not fucking nice? No. You got to separate one thing from the other. Also, a lot of people in this country, when they think of the Arab world and planes, have a negative view because of a couple of things that happened. Now, if this plane becomes the image When we think about Muslims and planes or the Arab world and planes, and we're not thinking about that thing that happened, and we're thinking about a luxurious palace in the sky given as a gift to a president, I think we can all admit that's probably a good change from the way that we usually, because usually when you think of that thing that happened, it's a bummer. It's a big bummer what happened in September, many Septembers ago. It's actually a bummer. And, you know, I think a lot of people are ready to move on from that. Moving on from that, the future is forward and the past is the past. So now people go, oh yeah, Arab world, planes. Let me tell you this. We got a beautiful plane. And this is is this a 747?
Yeah.
It is a 747-8. It's 13 years old, 12 or 13 years old, 747-8, jumbo jet. 747s are being decommissioned and nobody's using them because of the fuel efficiency standards. They are double-decker planes. It was listed for sale several years ago, $400 million, has 3 lounges, 2 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, 5 galleys, a private office, and enough business class seating to accommodate dozens of guests. While Trump is redoing Air Force One, because I believe they're doing a reno on Air Force One, like a renovation, he's accepting this gift to use. Now, of course, the United States government is going to have to retool it to make sure that it fits all the specifications that Air Force One needs. Now, the officials are saying it was a security problem. These people, the officials, are saying it's a security problem. How about that rally in Butler, Pennsylvania? Was that a security problem? Where were these officials then? Anyway, the Wall Street Journal first reported this month that Trump had commissioned defense contractor L3 Harris to retrofit the Qatari plane in Texas. It's lavish. It's a lavish plane. People don't want their president on Southwest. They want the president of the United States. Now, if I were Israel, I would now think of a gift. That's the way this works, baby. If I'm Israel, I'm Bibi Netanyahu, I'm thinking of a gift. For example, there's an island in the French Virgin Islands that no one's using. Maybe give that. I'm saying gift is important. If Qatar is going to give $400 million, a beautiful plane, Israel should say, hey, and go over the top. Go over the top. Have you ever been in a family with siblings? I have not, but I hear that around Christmas or Mother's Day, there's a little bit of a competition to see who's going to give mom the best present. So I'm Israel right now. I'm thinking, how do we top a $400 million Qatari plane? I don't know. I don't have the answer. Supposedly retrofitting the 13-year-old aircraft to current Air Force One requirements would take years of work and billions of dollars. Current and former U.S. officials say such a task would be impossible to complete before Trump leaves office. Securing a new modern Air Force One is such a priority for the president that he has on display in the Oval Office a model of one or two of the planes Boeing was contracted to deliver, finished with his preferred dark blue paint trim. After debuting the model during the first term, Trump displayed it at Mar-a-Lago after leaving office before returning it to a coffee table in the White House. At his commander-in-chief inaugural ball in January, Trump cut a saber into the cake, atop which rested the model plane. This is part of the fun of being president. You get a cool plane. You get to fly around in Air Force One. You know, we have to stop being anti-gift. It's actually petty to be anti-gift, to basically say, oh, someone's getting a gift and they shouldn't accept it. Well, if you were getting a gift, you would feel differently about it, okay? People say to me, they're like, are you awash in Qatari money? Clearly, look at me. The answer is no. The answer is no. I'm not anti-gift. I'm a human being, okay, that believes that other people can have nice things. It's not just me. Other people can have nice things, even if I'm not getting it, okay? Well, they fund Hamas, blah, 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 blah. 5 galleys, multiple bedrooms. The Middle East is moving in the direction of, you know, they're moving in a direction that's maybe a positive direction. Not all of it, but maybe it's moving in a positive direction. They're trying to do things like the World Cup. You know, they did the World Cup. Now, obviously, there's a lot of policies in the Middle East that are not good. And there's a lot of people that harbor anti-American sentiment. Okay? But I think the way to kind of move things forward is with elaborate giving of gifts. That feels like the right way to do it. I don't think we should constantly litigate the past. No, I mean this. This is like a big theme of mine. I don't think we should constantly keep unearthing and digging up every problem we've ever had with a group of people. Moving forward seems to be the best move. Moving forward with gifts. Luxurious, beautiful gifts that can be appreciated by everybody. You know? Part of the problem with this P. Diddy thing, other than the rape, is that I bet he didn't give these people gifts. I bet P. Diddy was stingy and didn't give a lot of these people gifts. And I think the problem with that is it builds resentment. People go, hey, I go to these parties, I let everybody pee on me, and I don't get anything out of it. There's no gift, there's no gesture. I come, all my holes get blown out for 3 days, and I don't get anything from it. There's nothing from it I get. Gift giving makes people forget the negative past. Yes? Yes or yes? I do not agree with Hamas. I think they've been a bad custodian of Gaza. I think they've done terrible things. Obviously, they've done horrible, terrible, terrible things. And I don't agree with their policies or their beliefs. I don't agree with anything. But if you said to me, what is the one thing that you and Hamas like? We both like the Four Seasons hotel brand. Do we start there? If we want to come together, do we start there? If you and somebody are not seeing eye to eye, you don't get along, you don't like each other, but you both like the same band, you start there. Oh, I hate you. You hate me. We like the Goo Goo Dolls. Let's start with that. Baby's black balloon makes her fly. Start there. I like the forces. So if I met Hamas, of course, I wouldn't start with our areas of disagreement. I would say, I love the hotel you love. And they would say, well, let me tell you about that hotel. We know a lot about it. And I would say, well, that's actually great. Have you been to the Four Seasons Surfside in Miami? It looks like the capital of a Latin American city. It's absolutely stunning. And they would go, we've not been to that one, but we hear it's actually very beautiful. I say, It's one of the top Four Seasons properties in the world. Get up the Four Seasons Surfside. Take a look at that. It's a stunner. What's so good about it is they kept the old building where they have the restaurant and the lobby, but the rooms are all glass so you can see the ocean. And that's what I would say if I met Hamas. I wouldn't go into these. What's that rule? No politics, no religion, and what is it? No baseball? What's that saying?
No race?
No, it's not no race, Hitler. Get the saying up. It's something at the dinner table. It's no, you can't have politics, or at the dinner table there's something. No politics or no religion or no baseball, no talking anything controversial. Yeah, okay, maybe it's just religion or politics. Yeah. No politics, no religion at the dinner table. So if I met people that I disagree with, my first thing would be, can I find common ground? Donald Trump has found common ground with the Qataris. They both really, really like money. They like luxury. They like planes. They like hotels. They like the good life. Now, maybe some of their religious fundamentalism might be tempered by the fact that they want to move in a more westernized direction to attract people from all over the world. You know, Dubai, I talked about it on the last episode. They're spending a lot of time and effort trying to get people from all over the world to live in Dubai. And I think Qatar is going in a similar direction. Trump is building a bridge, a golden bridge, to Qatar through this plane. And he's going to basically be able to influence them, and it'll work both ways to a degree. But I think closing the doors is not the move. The move is to find that area of common ground, okay, that we can all agree on, and that's that it is nice to have nice things. And if we forget that, and if we don't internalize that truth, we all want nice things, okay? Socialist, communist, fascist, Whig, trade unionist, whatever, fundamentalist, atheist, everybody wants nice things. Some people might disagree on what those things are, but everybody wants nice things. Everyone likes nice things. Why in God's name would I not have nice things? I'm not ashamed that the president's sick. And all these people are whining and complaining, I can't believe he would accept a jet. It's insane to allege that just because Qatar's throwing a little money around, they're controlling the country. Number one, they're actually not. Foreign governments, their job is to influence America. That's the job of a foreign government. America, up until recently, and maybe still for the next 5 minutes, is the most powerful country in the world. So if you're a foreign government, you're trying to influence America. Now, when Trump goes to the Netherlands, they don't really have a lot of money, but I'm sure they'd give him a wooden troll or whatever they have, Everybody always gives something. Qatar just happens to have it like that. They got it like that. So they're able to give him something that he values, which is a way to get from point A to point B. It's a way to go from Palm Beach to Florida, back to Bedminster, Bedford, whatever it's called, the fucking golf thing. I'm just saying we all have to open our minds here because, by the way, I love money. Sorry, I like money. I guess I'll go and kill myself that I've admitted it. I'm sorry I enjoy money. I'm sorry I enjoy capital. I like having money. I like being able to enjoy myself and have the people around me close to me having fun. We're all having fun. Oh, look, we're at Steve Wynn's resort. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it fun? Isn't it nice? I'm sorry. And, the WASP aesthetic of this country might be a little uncomfortable with how much Trump really exudes and lives a lifestyle of luxury, but I am not. I'm actually not. I'm actually on board with it. It's one of my favorite things about him. Why would you not live in a gold apartment? It's a fucking awesome color. Why would you not build beautiful buildings? Why would you not fly around in great planes? None of this makes any fucking sense. Get on board now. If you want to get something going in America, you better fucking show up with a gift. What's that story, The Gift of the Magi?
I'll pull it up.
It's a thing. It's possible this story has the opposite lesson of what I'm talking about, but I don't know. It's a short story by O. Henry. It tells the story of a young husband and wife, how they deal with the challenge of buying secret Christmas gifts for each other with very little money. As a sentimental story with a moral lesson about gift giving, it has been popular for adaptation, especially the presentation at Christmas time. The plot and the twist ending are well known, but the ending is generally considered an example of cosmic irony. Let's go to the plot. On Christmas Eve, a woman named Della Dillingham Young discovers that she only has $1.87, equivalent to about $70 in 2025, to buy a present for her husband, James. Despite being poor, they love each other and possess two items they value as treasures. She has brown hair, and he has a gold pocket watch, a family heirloom. Della dresses warmly and visits the nearby shop of a wig maker. She sells her hair for $20, okay? Then she uses the money to buy, oh, I get this. I remember this now. He gives away his watch. She gets him a thing for the watch. It no longer makes sense. He gets her something for the hair. She sold her hair. It no longer makes sense. You know what the moral of the fucking story is? Accept the plane and stop the bullshit. I don't even know what this is. Get it off. Get it off, this communist shit. From seed oils to stress, toxins to pollutants, the modern world is screwing with our health at the cellular level, leading to exhaustion, brain fog, digestive issues, and more. But here's the thing. You don't have to settle for feeling like garbage 24/7. ARMRA colostrum is nature's original health hack. Packaged with over 400 bioactive nutrients that fortify gut integrity, strengthen immunity, revitalize hair growth, fuel stamina, elevate focus, and help you function like a human again. I have used this and I'm loving it. We've worked out a special offer for my audience. Receive 15% off your first order. Go to tryarmra.com/Tim or enter TIM to get 15% off your first order. That's TRYARMRA.com/TIM. I'm telling you, you will not regret this. This is something that will make you feel energized and revitalized immediately. It's absolutely beautiful. It gets the gut health where it needs to be. The point is this. Everyone I know, Theo, Pierce, they're all in the Middle East right now. Is it the gay thing? Is that why I'm not invited? I will marry a fat woman. You have no idea how quick that'll happen. I'll be over there with a Fatima. I will be in a man-made lagoon with a Fatima. You do not start with me. I'll have my dalliances on the side, but I will be in a man-made lagoon with a Fatima. This country has become dull and depressing. It's become gray and ugly. The cities have been delivered to junkies and crack addicts who are running around. The people with jobs are all neurotic and annoying, by the way. Everyone's fighting about everything. I look at Dubai and it just looks like a big fucking, I don't know, water park where billionaires are always on a splash mountain at Disney World. Hey, man, sign me up. I got to marry a Fatima? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't want to be here watching 28-year-olds in Starbucks scratch the skin off their face in an Adderall frenzy. I don't like it. I no longer enjoy it. Sorry. Sorry, I do not. I don't. I want to go somewhere with sun. Is 117 degrees hot? A bit, sure. But you can shade. The pools are nice. I'm being slightly, I get it. I'm just saying America has to start having fun again and embracing the type of luxury that people like Donald Trump embrace. I actually think it's good. So let's watch a little bit of his speech because, this is the beginning maybe of a beautiful friendship, perhaps. I don't know.
In other cities throughout the peninsula, places like Dubai and Abu Dhabi, Doha, Muscat, the transformations have been unbelievably remarkable. Before our eyes, a new generation of leaders is transcending the ancient conflicts of tired divisions of the past and forging a future where the Middle East is defined by commerce, not chaos, where it exports technology, not terrorism, and where people of different nations, religions, and creeds are building cities together, not bombing each other out of existence. We don't want that.
Pools. No bombs, more pools.
And it's crucial for the wider world to know
chandeliers are
this
fucking
great
amazing.
transformation has not come from Western intervention or flying people in beautiful planes giving you lectures on how to live and how to govern your own affairs. No, the gleaming marvels of Riyadh and Abu Dhabi were not created by the so-called nation builders, neocons, or liberal nonprofits like those who spent trillions and trillions of dollars failing to develop Kabul, Baghdad, so many other cities. Instead, the birth of a modern Middle East has been brought by the people of the region themselves, the people that are right here, the people that have lived here all their lives, developing your own sovereign countries, pursuing your own unique visions and charting
all right,
your
we
own.
get the point. I like it. You got to let people build their own hotels. You got to let people build their own idea of luxury, their own idea of, I'm not going to be someone here that is co-signing all of the things that are happening. Obviously, that I have problems with a lot of it, but my problems begin and end with room service, okay? That's actually delivered when you order it and it's hot and the coffee's poured. That's where my problems begin and end. My problems begin and end with an efficient check-in. Check in efficiently. I'm in the room. Not, we'll let you know when it's ready. Why isn't it ready now? I don't want to hang out in the lobby cafe. I want to go to my room. My problems begin and end with a dinner on a patio next to a fountain that the mist of the water is cooling me. That's where the problems begin and end, okay? Do I have cultural issues? Perhaps, sure. My problems begin and end with 4,000 thread count or 10,000 thread count sheets or a thread count I've never even heard of, beautiful Persian rugs, ancient pottery. That's where my problems begin and end. We have to stop pretending that nice things don't matter or that we don't. There's a craft to making these things. There's an artisanal craft to making these. He loves when I, behind the ear. There's an artisanal craft to making a lot of the things, including planes, that we are enjoying right now. I mean, full stop. Full stop. Now, what's going on? This Kanye song, this is somewhat, I guess, related. I don't know. But it isn't. But I guess it is. This new song that Kanye West has. I don't believe we can play it on the show, right?
We could play it, but I might need to bleep out some of the words.
Which ones? Okay. Well, can we play it?
Let me pull it up 1 second.
Kanye West has a song out right now that is incredibly catchy. He's the really greatest music producer in history, and people are angry at this song because of the chorus. Now, I have listened to this song in my car 300 or 400 times because it is catchy and the video is artistic. Now, but I will be honest, some people have told me this is controversial because of the chorus. During the chorus, there's a part of the chorus where, now you correct me if I'm wrong here, because sometimes as you get older, the sense is dull. I hear in the chorus something. What is he saying? Is it Smile Hitler, Heil Hitler?
Yeah.
He says in the chorus.
Yes.
He says Heil Hitler.
Yes.
That is what people are angry about.
Yes.
Now, it's only 2 words, right? I'm reminded of kind of, what my mother used to say when I was young. And she said to me, what was her quote? It was another quote that she was repeating. It was basically, okay, so my mother said, she used to say this all over our house. And this whole controversy makes me think of this quote that my mother used to say. My mother used to say, she used to say this. I remember her clear as day. She would sit in our kitchen and she would say, if you don't have something nice to say, Heil Hitler. She would say that, and it made me and my father think, well, this woman seems to be a Nazi. But she made a good cream spinach. But here's what or it was, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. Art is complex. There's a complexity to how complex it is. There are layers to it. So I think a lot of people are hearing Heil Hitler, but they're not hearing it. You see what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people they're learning the wrong lessons from it because they're getting so blinded by the Heil and the Hitler. They're not looking at the deeper meaning of that, because I believe in symbolism. Like, you'll see something and often sometimes there'll be an underlying meaning to something that you see. So if someone is saying Heil Hitler, I go, okay, sure, I hear that. I hear what you're saying, but what do you mean? And that's what we've abandoned, is the what do you mean? Okay? What's under there? Let's get the shovels, dig it up. What's under Heil Hitler? It's like, is it an allegory? Is it a metaphor? Is it an allegory for something else? What if, go with me here, what if Heil Hitler, because he's playing with words, this is what he does. What if Heil Hitler meant love all people? Like that, think about it. Think about it. If Heil Hitler meant love all people, how silly do we all look getting mad at him saying Heil Hitler, because he's doing it because he's a musician, so he understands at the chorus, he says another word I won't say, and then he goes, Heil Hitler, but because he knows maybe that love all people doesn't fit into it. Heil Hitler is 3 syllables. Heil Hitler is 3 syllables. Love all people is 4. Now 4 syllables. Shut up. 4 syllables. Look at this guy. 4 syllables don't fit in the chorus of this song. But Heil Hitler is 3. Heil Hitler, he's doing it is a musical thing. Because it's a song. Can we prove this with the actual song? And by the way, he wants his kids back. And by the way, I understand he may not be ideal with some of the things he said, for sure. How much worse is he than that other crew that has the kids? How much worse is he than the other crew that's going to have the kids twerking at 5 years old on the cover of the God Only Knows? She ain't Mother of the Year. I'm not saying he's perfect. There's issues, clearly. But is she Mother of the Year? Is that family Mother of the Year? Would you want your kids with that family? I just had a nice talk with Grandma about how I'm going to start a lipstick brand at 9. Play the song. They telling me, hey, don't say that. How niggas can't see me in public, I'm driving an all-chrome Maybach. With all of the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all of the money and fame, I still don't get to see my
my children. Niggas see my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So I became a Nazi, yeah, bitch, I'm the villain.
Love all people. See, it doesn't have the same ring. Love all people. Love all people. Love all people. See, this is why, okay, you gotta, but that's why he's the music producer. Because I would say, love all people, love all the people. That's not catchy. So that's what I'll say about that. And because I think it was a musical choice, he could have as easily said, N-word peanut butter. Because it fits the pentameter of the song. But he didn't. He said Heil Hitler. And I think, again, I think that people are reacting to it in an understandably negative way. A lot of people that when I have played it at the drive-thru, some people will sing it when they hand me the burrito. Others kind of sheepishly look down. No one's been angry yet. But when we hit the chorus, if it's timed right and you hit the chorus at the Del Taco drive-thru, there is a chance that someone at the drive-thru will start singing the song loudly. Now, you are in a weird position because you want your food and you want the interaction to be fun. So even though you might disagree with the chorus, I certainly do. I'm not hiling anyone, really. If I'm at a Del Taco and they're handing me the thing and the chorus comes up and I lock eyes with someone and I'm forced to sing the chorus, sometimes in life you have to do the hard thing. And the hard thing sometimes is to sing the chorus of that song with someone at Del Taco who is looking at you from the window, handing you the burrito, and you look at each other and you go, but not in the anti-Semitic sense. Actually, in the sense of the music. It's just what it is. It's not a great 2 words because it evokes imagery that people don't like. But he didn't do that in the video. The video is people with different kind of fox masks, right? Or like wolves or something. Well, the video seems a little threatening. But I don't know. Again, it's art, and art is one of those things, isn't it? My mother used to say that. So I used to like Marilyn Manson as a kid. My mother's like, there's layers, there's levels. It's not just, he took his own rib out to suck his dick. It's about Nietzsche. She told my father that once. She's like, it's about existentialism. It's not. My dad's like, it seems like it's a Satanist screaming in the house. And my mother's like, it's about existentialism. Read this article in Rolling Stone or something. So do you see what I mean by that? There's ways to really kind of conceptualize what's going on many deeper levels. A lot of people just hear Heil Hitler, but what I'm hearing actually is love all the people. My friend signed up with a company called Ethos and then tragically was lost. And it was really made the difference in his family's life because he was able to immediately protect them with life insurance. And you really don't know what's going to happen. And it is so important to protect your family in the event of a disaster. I'm telling you right now, everyone thinks life insurance is too expensive or that they don't need it. Forbes released a study in March 2025 that said over half Americans don't have life insurance because they think it's too expensive. According to an April 2024 study, people are overestimating the cost of life insurance by 3 times. But with Ethos, you can get affordable life insurance easily online. It's so important. My friend, RIP, it's so important that he had this for his family. Life insurance is more affordable than you think. With Ethos, you can get a free quote and customized rate that fits your budget. You can get up to $3 million in coverage. Some policies as low as $2 a day, billed monthly. Lock in your rate today since premiums can go up as you age. Ethos makes it fast and easy to protect your family's future in minutes, not months. There's no medical exam, guys. You answer a few health questions 100% online. Get a quote in as little as 10 minutes. You can get same-day coverage without ever leaving your house. I'm telling you, as of 3 million families have completed their applications and trusted Ethos to help find the right coverage. Ethos has 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 2,400 reviews. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote today, ethos.com/TIM. That's ETHOS.com/TIM. What are these white South Africans doing here? I mean, enough. Go to Belgium. There was an apartheid regime in South Africa for a long time. Some of these white farmers are being killed by people that are upset about that apartheid regime. And the guy who runs South Africa says, kill the Boer, which is kill the farmer or something like that. And I believe one of these families was murdered by Daily Show host Trevor Noah. But he had his reasons. Now, these white South African farmers are coming to America. I hate the South African accent, by the way. I just don't like it. Now, I also don't want people to be killed on their farms, but let's watch a little bit of the news clip about this, please. South Africa.
White South Africans arriving as refugees at Dulles Airport outside Washington today on a plane chartered by the State Department.
Oh, God, I hate the way they're dressed.
A process that usually takes
Dress
years.
up!
Greeted by
coming
a
to America.
top-ranking U.S. diplomat.
Welcome. Welcome to the United States of America.
Welcome to the United States.
Trump.
It's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking place, and farmers are being killed.
He's not
They
wrong
happen
on
to be
this.
white.
There's a few
whether they're
genocides, by the
white
way,
or
happening,
black
though.
makes
Let's
no
be
difference to me.
clear.
The president signed an executive order in February calling them victims of unjust racial discrimination from the country's black majority, something the South African government vigorously denies. While today the administration also canceled temporary refugee status for as many as 14,000
They don't look white.
Afghans
Oh, they're Afghans.
already
Sorry.
in the U.S.
All right, I apologize.
Including many who served alongside the U.S. in the war. All face persecution from the Taliban.
I think if you served alongside the U.S. in the war in Afghanistan, you should probably be granted refugee status here. I would disagree with the Trump administration there. Even though it wasn't a high point of our military journey, a lot of military history, not a high point, but, you know, they made some sacrifices and stuff. I get it. And listen, I'm for it. Ba-ba-ha-da-da. It's too catchy. I want it. What about, who's someone else we can hire that's, hi, Lelin. Who's someone else that's, good? Could we Heil Bernie? N-word, Heil Bernie. I'm just trying to figure out, because it is so catchy, can we sub the name Hitler with a person? So these South Africans, are we going to hear more of that accent? I don't want to hear that. It's weird. Get the South African accent up. It's horrible. Get it up. It's horrible. Maybe they're just killing them over that. It sounds like an Australian's drunk and has like a thing. Not the black one. Do the white one. All right, thank you. Dutch Afrikaans or something. Let's listen to it.
South Africa, the rainbow nation, the place of inclusion and equality. Unless you're white, of course. If you're white and you own property in South Africa, the government can expropriate
I just
your
don't love
property
the
without
accent.
compensation. If you're white and you own a business, you have to give 30% of that business to black people. Just take a look at Elon Musk, who wanted to bring Starlink to South Africa. He didn't, because he has to give 30% of the business to a black person, free of charge. If you're white and you call the police beat you up. If you're white and you're murdered, the crime doesn't get reported. Take a look at the farm murders. They stopped reporting about all white farm murders.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on over there. All right, this is depressing. there's a lot of stuff going on over there in South Africa. This is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it second and third hand, and I've read about it. And it's, you know, I hope I'm going to say it again. I think it's time for people to come together. I believe this. I think it's time for people to really come together and realize that what unites us it's the two syllables. Hal Mussolini. It doesn't work. It's that two. All right. We can't have the white South Africans crying and screaming. The more I think about it, the more this Diddy seems guilty, maybe, huh? Is that what it's shaping up to look like? P. Diddy? It feels like he was horribly abusive to people in his orbit, and that many of them are unhappy with the way they were treated. Again, I'm just looking at it from an outsider perspective. It seems like that they got really tired of the beating and the rapes. Because everyone can get fed up with a job. Yeah, he's a violent, sex abusing rapist, is what the vibe is of the trial. But is it? We don't know what's going to come out in this trial and who's involved and who's not, or, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going to come out. It wasn't something I really understood or did at that point. He basically taught me how. He made me feel crazy for not reciprocating. At the time, I didn't understand that kind of sexual relationship. I was so young, I didn't even have the vocabulary for some of the things we talked about. How old was this woman, Cassie? Do we know?
I think they met when she was 19, but let me check.
He was also physically abusive to her, and there's videos of that.
Yeah.
Right. So, unfortunately, you know, this is going to end badly for him. I'm wondering if they're going to try to, how does this work? Do they get rid of him like Epstein? Like, or does this all come out in court? It may all come out in court. I don't know who stands to lose here. I don't know who was involved. I know that there was a lot of, I don't want to watch this. We don't want to play it. We'll all get in trouble. And he's an animal and a monster and should be, you know, really given the death penalty. Who is, you know, I don't know, but he's with all these celebrities. I don't know who's involved and who's not involved. Some people just went to a party and some people are going to be implicated, and it's across the board. This is why Hollywood doesn't come back, I think, in its current form, or in the form that people understood it, because people know too much now and they understand too much now about the way that power functioned and the people whose lives were ruined by these people that were forcing them into situations that they would later tell us about in court. And I don't think the power structures in Hollywood can endure all of this information flooding out, all of the documentaries, all of the articles, all of the testimonies by people that have been abused at some point in that system. I think when Hollywood reemerges in whatever form it takes, it will not look anything like the way it did. It will be a decentralized, tech-based sphere where I will be the leader of it. And that will be a much more fair way to do it when I'm the boss, and I will make sure that everything goes well and that people are happy. And if people are a problem, they will be eliminated. And I think that's the only way here to move forward in this Hollywood type thing. Prize Picks is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash. With millions of members, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. All of my friends use it. I love it. We all love it. Cash in on the basketball playoffs with Prize Picks. Don't miss your last chance to add your favorite players from the court to your Prize Picks lineups. Whether it's points, rebounds, assists, take your pick of more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash today. Turn your playoff hot takes into tickets to basketball's championship series, starting with the play-in round. Every $5 three-pick flex all-NBA lineup you make on Prize Picks will enter you in the Takes Two ticket sweepstakes, which could get you and a +1 a VIP trip to the ship. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, Georgia. This app is really easy to use. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts, like Taco Tuesday each Tuesday. PrizePicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. Download the app today and use code TIM to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. PrizePicks, run your game. Download the app today and use code TIM to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. I love Rocket Money because when it comes to spending, sometimes it's out of sight, out of mind. That daily coffee habit, those streaming subscriptions, they add up so fast without you noticing. Rocket Money helps you spot those patterns so you can do something about them and keep more money in your pocket. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscription savings members, up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Tim, T-I-M. That's rocketmoney.com/Tim. What's great about this is it's very, very hard to manage your finances. This app uses tools that will allow you to take a hard look at what you're spending and go, okay, this is essential, this isn't, and cancel all the stuff you're no longer using or that's no longer relevant to your life. Show us some of this Four Seasons in Qatar that everyone's staying in, please. Show us this Qatar Four Seasons. I've heard about this and I want to get involved. Get a YouTube video up about it. You know, maybe is there some type of like, come here to Qatar? There's got to be some type of advertisement, you know, a montage, some soft music. Yeah, the second one. Let's take a look at this. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It looks nice. All right. It looks gorgeous, and I think anybody who doesn't understand that Donald Trump likes money, he likes business, he likes commerce, he understands that the way to build a effective relationship diplomatically with another country is through common economic goals and not by military dominance. This is actually true. The doctrine of the Bush years was all about military dominance. It was about soft power through things like USAID. That was usually a, influence campaign by America's intelligence communities to shape a political culture in a society to the ends that they could elevate certain people and certain policies, which may or may not have been understandable depending on the exact things they were trying to do. But when you look at it, Trump's foreign policy doctrine seems to be a deviation from what America has done for a long time, which has relied on militarism to dominate parts of the globe. We realize now, or Trump has realized, that that's no longer possible. And that what he's going to have to do, it's a multipolar world with many people that have big militaries and nuclear weapons and strong economies. Where you're going to have to do is work with different leaders. You may not agree with them, but your main concern is the United States of America. And I think Donald Trump seems to understand that. I don't agree with a lot of what he's doing, and I've spoken out about it. The campus protest, enforcement, the deporting people with no due process. I think you need some. I don't think you need as much as other people think you need, depending on what they've done. But I do have a lot of issues with some of the things he has done. I think banning all trans people from the military is a bit of an exaggeration. I do think you should have mental health. You got to check on everyone in the military and make sure that they're mentally fit to serve, police, everybody. But at the end of the day, I would say that one thing that I think Donald Trump has gotten right is that we need to re-engage the world without the American military waving a gun in their face. This is the biggest and I think most threatening, ironically, other than the tariffs, which Wall Street hates. But I think one of the most threatening things he's doing is actually putting the military establishment in the background and putting forward an idea of America that is much more balanced, and that I think he realizes the ultimate influence is economic. The way to shape a relationship is with shared economic interests. If China and the U.S. had no shared economic interest, we'd probably be at war already. The fact that there is some connectivity there is a, shared understanding that we have to work together. That's going to be one of the things that might bring them to the table in terms of trade, or it's going to hopefully prevent violent conflict. That's what we're trying to do. That's what any leader should be trying to do, is to prevent violent conflict between groups. Now, if you're not trying to do that, if in fact your entire policy is about fomenting conflict, exploiting conflict, and profiting from it, you will never have any type of peace, but you will always have a very, very robust government military sector where people make millions and millions and millions of dollars while people's bodies are thrown into a meat grinder in the Ukraine or in the Middle East or in Iran. And that's not what anybody that has any sense of morality wants. And that's, I think, one of the biggest threats to the established order, is that Trump seems to be deviating from that and building a luxury-based foreign policy, a foreign policy based on luxury. He has the courage to base a foreign policy based on luxury, on commerce, on a grapefruit in the morning with a little fork. He's building a foreign policy on some beautiful colored fountains, water that comes out of the fountain. Maybe it's pink or blue or green, but it is nice. He's building a foreign policy on a fluffy egg. He's building it on a well-seared steak. He's building it on these things, on a beautiful pool with umbrellas and table service, lounge service. You bring the lounge chairs to the pool. When people go, oh, it's all slaves. Hey, enough, okay? Guys, be ready when she needs it, and get your first month of Blue Chew free. Great sex is a few clicks away. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Consult one of their licensed medical providers. Once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part, it's all being done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew won't stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house. I'm telling you, everybody uses it. You chew it and do it. It's so easy. It's not embarrassing. They're not waving you down at a restaurant. Here's your Blue Chew. It's all discreet. You don't have to sit at the doctor. Make life easier by getting harder, and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use promo code TD. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code TD. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. The point is this: he's building a foreign policy based on what he understands and what he knows. And of course, a lot of people dislike it because they don't understand that. These WASPs, a lot of them that set up this military industrial complex, don't really understand luxury. They all live in like tree houses, and they have old cars and whatever, and they just get off torturing, maiming, and killing. But Donald Trump understands the value of a Persian rug. He understands a great bottle of wine, a lobster tail. He knows what it's like to pop a cork of champagne. I'm not afraid of that. I think we need more of that. Who are these people in the world that are afraid of that? We need people aspiring to live at those heights. That's where greatness comes from. And I think he understands that. And it's a great threat to these people that don't seem to understand it, or they seem to crave war because it's the only thing in life that gives them any type of meaning or excitement or sense of fulfillment. Whereas I think Trump is basically saying, hey, you can gamble a little bit. Maybe you meet a woman at the bar. Perhaps there's a crab leg involved. These are things that are well worth exploring as a reintroduction of the United States to the world as not just a military behemoth, but as a luxury hotel. What a beautiful way to think about the United States, a luxury hotel. You check in, but you have a reservation. That's where the immigration comes in, okay? You wait in our beautiful lobby, Manhattan, wherever. That's the lobby of America. That's where a lot of foreign people, or if you're from the West, it's Los Angeles. They're the lobbies. Then you explore our vast canyons and forests and cities. You go country line dancing. You have you have a beautiful cross-country drive, or you go down to Florida and you realize how beautiful a tropical storm can be from the balcony of your hotel while you eat coconut sorbet. We don't have to kill each other forever. And anyone that has accused me of getting money or becoming some type of Emirati or a Qatari, I'm the same person I've always been. I will be the same person I've always been. I do not understand why people have leveled these accusations against me. I live a simple life. I will continue to. I am incredibly authentic. Just look at me right now. I am an authentic human being that has been untouched by any foreign money at all. I happen to like gold. Sue me. Sue me. Literally sue me. I happen to like a nice air-conditioned hotel lobby. I happen to like a nice breakfast by the pool, okay? It's not a far, and the free press is like, oh, Qatar bought America for $100 billion. Number one, $100 billion doesn't buy anything. $100 billion's not even a lot of money. It's not even a lot of money, okay? So what I want from all of you people is to relax, to calm down, and just understand and appreciate that we're re-engaging the world in a different way. I am not being paid by anyone. I have received no money from the Middle East. I am the same person I have always been. And I would just like people to understand that, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. There are layers to art. There are meaning to things. If there's a song that maybe says Heil Hitler, maybe listen past the Heil Hitler. Maybe look past my chains, my gold, and my tiger, okay? And see the soul. See the soul. See the soul. Good night.